Hello and welcome to Creator Recaps. Today we will be recapping the third episode of the Exandria Unlimited Calamity campaign, DM'd by Brennan Lee Mulligan. The episode is titled Blood and Shadow. Beware of spoilers. Since the Navigator's call to Laren was cut off abruptly, the Ring of Brass hurries to the Navigator's Guild only to be stopped by Dean Lycretia Hollow. They exchange some inquisitive pleasantries when Magister Friend comes along to calm everybody down. The nerve! As Lycretia says things in a dark, infernal voice, Xerxes asks his friends to subdue them both, and initiative is rolled. Milo's friend quickly turns out to be a devil in disguise. Lycretia yells out to kill them all except for the Master's Chosen as they need his blood. This will later turn out to be about Xerxes. More evil clerics join the fray, and mages tear information out of Serit about the tools of Espincloris. Then Xerxes gets the news there are attacks happening all over the city. Laren is warned that the Arboreal Calyx, the Tree of Names, is requesting 30% of power, which Laren allows to go through. The devils immediately start coughing up black blood. That's good, right?
How do you want to do this? So, Tempest is just like swooping, almost like a bird that's just like swooping down and down, up and around. Wow, this is so much adrenaline. And I swing once, and you see this burst of this a sword just like cut through him, and then again cutting through him again. And then the last one, I just swing it around, and you see Xerxes twirl that sword and then bring it right down, right into his chest, as this like divine energy just pulses into him, and then just surging out of his body into a blast out into the ground.
Yeah.
When Xerxes is distracted, a female devil stabs him and seems only preoccupied with his blood on her dagger. She flies away and tells an angry Xerxes that it will be an honor to serve. Laren, afraid for her life's work, takes Loquacious and teleports to the heart of the city. Serit finds the helmswoman of Avalier, throat slit, and he covers his friends from that position. Paisha and Lycretia get into an arcane battle which Paisha wins, throwing up a sphere Lycretia is stuck in while she casts a deadly spell, the spell now engulfing her and leaving her dead. The mages surrender, but Nidus, the pirate lord, knows that mutineers deserve death and executes them all. When Laren and Loquacious save one of the batteries and take stock of what happened to the others, it turns out that one has fallen to the attacks. With the loss of power, Laren would like to remove a large chunk of tithe they owe to the land, so she will still be able to do everything she wants to. Loquacious tries to let her let go, but his love for his ex-wife takes over, and he begins spreading the news that it was Dean Hollow's fault, but they must wait with the news to be approved as she was a member of high society. Basically, he covers it up. He also records a message in which he takes the blame and tells the populace Laren was the one who wanted to uncover it. He hides his second message until he dies. Back in the streets, Nidus and Paisha try to piece together the thoughts of one of the now dead mages when Serit tells Xerxes it was weird he talked infernal with them. Xerxes doesn't understand as he doesn't know any infernal. Serit's ring and intuition do not find any lie here, even though it clearly differs from the truth. As Serit tells them about the empty file on Evandrin, Paisha starts wondering whether Evandrin has really died. Apparently Xerxes asked her to change his memories after they tried everything to bring his husband back. The group reconvenes in the heart of the city, and an angry Xerxes wants the truth from all of them. Paisha explains she thinks the resurrection, even though done perfectly, didn't work because Evandrin isn't really dead. Laren tells the group she attempted planar travel before, with Evandrin as her subject. He went and came back, it worked until it didn't. They separated Evandrin's consciousness from his being. Laren feels the Arboreal Calyx, the stupid druid tree, is keeping magic at bay to stop them from succeeding. The group tries to find answers in one of the mage's thoughts and uses Paisha's orb to rummage any visions of Lycretia Hollow. They find out the cultist Serit killed was supposed to get the blood they now have. Then this mage went looking in the Meridian Labyrinth to find the artifacts from Vasselheim, but the Eyes of Avalier, Serit's office, got them first. At the same time of this attack, the evil clerics were supposed to attack the Gaudrashari on the surface world as well. Then a conversation between the mage and Lycretia Hollow which mentions Nidus and secrets Paisha is keeping from him. She explains that she needed to compromise in the inception of the Sorcerer's Academies to benefit Avalier instead of all cities. Nidus accepts her word even though she was willing to support it with more evidence. As they talk, Serit finds something unusual in the memory. Lycretia tells the mage the helmswoman must die, that they can't land, just as Vespinclorus told him he would never reach the embrace of the Wild Mother in time. But why would he flat out tell Serit what needed to be done to defeat them? Serit pieces together that the evil guys want the city to land. Why else was the descent started and then the helmswoman murdered? Paisha looks at the memory and, as an expert, notices it has been altered by Lycretia Hollow herself. Nidus tries to scry on his brother on the surface, but sees no commotion. If they want the city to stay afloat, they could do that, but it would take a lot of energy, and they would face treason. Laren knows she needs the city to land as well if her plan is to go down. Serit sees a druidic scroll in Laren's bag after she point-blank tells him she wants to move the city to somewhere so dangerous Evandrin couldn't come back from it. So he informs the group of the scroll and of their selfishness. He then leaves. The others unscramble the memory and head to the arboreal calyx. Nidus and Xerxes apologizing to each other for their outbursts, Loquacious and Laren slowly rekindling their love for each other, and Paisha putting a recording of Serit on repeat where he tells them how selfish they are. At the tree, Loquacious finds the toy Laren tried to teleport to another plane, but it's stuck and even magic can't remove it from the tree. Xerxes tries talking to it, but to no avail. Laren has had enough and wants to get rid of the tree, but Nidus stops her, recalling the false prophecies he heard. The limbs of a tree that can no longer scribe the name of our deliverance will soon be broken as our promises. Laren sees Evandrin's face, frightened, in the branches of the tree. She's going to do it, no matter what he says. As Loquacious and Laren fight Nidus, Paisha puts her hands on the tree and asks for knowledge. She starts reeling, eyes rolling back in her sockets because of the vast things she sees. Nidus stops Laren destroying the tree at first, giving Paisha and Xerxes more time. Laren's automaton comes in and attempts to disintegrate Nidus, but Xerxes stops its magic. Laren gets freed from Nidus' magic and looks at her ex-husband, who looks afraid of her. Nidus then grabs Laren, who seems to have calmed down a bit. Then suddenly the tree impales Paisha and Loquacious, and Laren, in a fit of rage, rots the tree. Meanwhile, Serit is looking for attacks in his office, but only finds his reports gone. He tells his son to grab his daughter from the party and get home. In Orwin's office, he finds his old partner dead. Vespinclorus' artifacts gone. He has a hastily written note, not even completely finished. 2 runes of recall for Serit's kids, the last gift of a friendship that almost lasted a lifetime. Paisha, hands slowly sinking into the tree, sees her grandfather argue with the druids of the Gaudrashari. As he leaves, the druids talk among themselves about the magic Avalir will bring and strengthen the shackles on the primordials, about the way the tree will keep the world safe as it inscribes protective wards all over the world. But we know differently.
The tree sunders, and the Lord of Hells gazes through. To be home again, as the betrayer steps foot into Exandria.
Oh boy, they're in trouble now. That was the recap of the 3rd episode of Exandria Unlimited Calamity. Hit the like button and subscribe. Will Serit return? Can Avalir be saved? People? I just can't wait until Thursday.